Okay, so I went to school at Bowling Green State University for music and recording technology. I graduated in 2013, and I was like, well, what am I going to do next? I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do my own thing. So in 2014, I started Bigfoot Studio. I just started kind of promoting and trying to get bands to record with me, and I mean, I'd been kind of collecting gear already, but just keep getting good gear. I am a computer-based studio. I try to kind of make up for that with having different equipment that kind of has different sounds. If you record into some types of preamps, you can just get a really clean sound, and it's just okay. That's cool, and you definitely would use that for some things, you know, where you just want this pristine, clean audio. But a lot of times I don't want that. I mean, I like just a clean sound, but I also like something that's giving me more of, you know, a classic kind of vintage sound too. And that's kind of what I started with. It was more of like a basic kind of rig, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting good sounds, cool sounds with that. And now I want to buy more stuff. So this is a Universal Audio 4710D, and it's a 4-channel tube preamp with built-in compressors that are based on the 1176 compressor. People talk about kind of tube warmth. It's kind of gonna almost add this layer of harmonics, kind of distortion. I just got this guy right here. This is a Friedenstein tube pre. This 5-Fish Studios preamp is based on a Neve. The Neve consoles, and then there's SSL consoles, and those are kind of like the holy grails of, you know, recording studio consoles. And those are my go-to preamps for drum overheads. I like to stay on the cleaner side of things. Okay, this right here is an Audient ASP 880. That's an 8-channel preamp. That's kind of, I'll run like my toms and kick drum and snare usually into that. Okay, the very first band that I recorded is a band called Human Juice Box. They contacted me early on before I technically started Bigfoot, and were like, hey, we heard you're kind of experimenting with recording. We want to record some tracks, you know. So I'm just like, oh yeah, just come over. Let's do it. What do you charge? I'm just like, let me think about that for a second. Nylon 2s have recorded here. This band that I'm currently working with, it's Nicky D and the Browns, and they're kind of like this gospel blues kind of style of music. I'm recording them, and they're like going over to Australia and playing. And yeah, the Toledo music scene is awesome. You know, I mean, a lot of people don't necessarily realize that. A lot of local guys that are touring tons of different styles of music, and it's just really cool. Let's go out to the live room. That's where everything's recorded. Alright, so I mean, as you can see, I've got a studio drum kit. That's a Tama Silver Star. Any drummer is welcome to use that kit. I mean, great sounding rock kit. Bunch of selection of cymbals here. I've got some Sabian cymbals, some Zildjian cymbals. That's a Fender DeVille. Okay, this mic is based on a Neumann U87. It's made exactly to the spec of a vintage U87 mic. That's like one of the crown jewels that I have. Some of my favorite mics right here. Some of my favorite music is rock, but I mean, if musicians are great, if they're making great songs, you know, I mean, I could be any style of music and I'll be perfectly happy, you know. And I've got 5 of these mics actually, because I have a problem. Well, I mean, I've always liked, you know, classic albums like kind of, you know, Zeppelin, Sabbath, kind of stuff like that. And so I kind of wanted to experiment, trying to figure out how can I get these type of sounds so my stuff doesn't sound just like everyone else that's doing it, you know. One of the most important things in a studio is the musician's headphone mix. If people aren't hearing things right in the headphones, then they're not going to give their absolute best performance. Can't stress that enough. Headphones are the key to getting a performance from a musician. Unless you record them without headphones, then that's live, that's even cooler. What I want to do is I kind of want to reach out. I want to be able to record. I want people like all over to kind of come to me, or me reach out to them and try to get business just from all over the country, because I'd like to just kind of get my name out there. Well, that's Bigfoot Studios. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, man. Thank you.